What is going on, you guys? Back with more Lineage to Revolution PvP action. In fact, just what I said the other day we wouldn't be doing as a clan, we're doing. Mass PvP, Paragon versus members from 4 other clans, and I just wanted to set the record straight on a few different things. Now, obviously, everybody is going to have their own opinion, and remember, opinions are like butts. Everybody has one and they all stink. So just remember that before you listen to any of the rest of this, because a lot of people may disagree, but if you guys know me, if you know my channel, you know that I just present how I feel about things, and this is me unfiltered. This is how I feel about what's going on. So yes, Paragon is at war with 4 different clans at the same time. Yes, it has been amazing. It is a lot of fun. The game has changed completely for me from what it was before this past week, and it's been a blast. Now, I would also love the chance for Paragon to war one-on-one versus some of these other clans, especially Tears of Valhalla and Ascension. I think it would be very cool to see what would happen. You could see the massive kills and deaths that are happening right here, and obviously, you can see also that we are facing members of at least 3, if not all 4 of the other clans at once here. Always outnumbered when it comes to mass PvP. That's obvious because we're one clan. But that's okay. We decided that this would be fun rather than this tic-tac, really worrying about every single kill. It got down to it where Tears of Valhalla had closed the gap. You guys saw in the last episode, it was just a single-digit difference. They pulled ahead, I think, right before we started this mass PvP action where we just kind of gave up on the score, really. It was, I think they were ahead by 12. So pretty much, it was a consensus that it looked like Tears of Valhalla was the winner in this war. It was super close. I mean, after hundreds and hundreds of kills, to come down to a single-digit difference or less than 20, it really says a lot to both clans' credit, I think. I mean, Tears of Valhalla, incredibly well organized. Obviously, they are on Discord. They're talking to each other. They're using a lot of the same strategies that we are using. They are very close to us in combat power as well. And they are probably the #1 PvP clan on the server. And, you know, everybody always wants to take down the #1 clan. Now, Ascension is the #1 in clan level, and that's a different story. But as far as organization, definitely Tears of Valhalla, a force to be reckoned with. But then again, I think that Paragon is as well, especially when you have to consider the situation that we were put into this past week. And none of us asked for this. None of us asked to war 4 clans at one time. But it happened, and we took it. Rather than turning the wars down, we could have accepted one and then default lost the other 3. But we decided, what the heck, let's give it a try. And it's been fun. It's wild. These things, if you don't take it personally, if you just take it for what it is, people battling each other and having fun, then it's a blast. And yes, occasionally I'm going to run like a little girl out of the area and try to survive when I know that we're all dying, and especially when we're on Discord screaming and yelling, get out, get out, get out. And we regroup. So let's take a look at the score. Here you go. The score really super close with TOV, Tears of Valhalla. The other wars, again, not staying that close right now. But again, I can't speak to any of these wars. Would they be that much different if it were one-on-one? Absolutely, they would be different. And, you know, each clan has maybe a different reason they joined this war. And I'm not going to get into the politics of, you know, whatever reason and whatever influence has happened. I personally don't know. All I know is Tears of Valhalla declared. Next thing you know, the main event and Ascension declared on us. And then right after that, Immortal declared. And we had 4 wars at the same time. So it's fun. We're having a blast. Yes, I am enjoying it. I'm getting killed a lot. It's just happening. But I'm killing a lot of people too. And I don't know. It was kind of a nice change from when you're really focused on trying to win a war like this. There are certain things that you have to do and certain things you can't do. One of the things that we really needed to do was not have players getting picked off by themselves, and do our best to pick off players that are by themselves from the other clans. And here's the thing. People are always going to consider any situation cowardly or cheap or cheesy or whatever. Oh, I can't believe you ran from us. I see that a lot in global chat. Why did you run from us? To a player that ran from a group that was about to kill him. Well, maybe it was because he saw he was going to die for sure. Or the opposite. Why did you come on me with 5 of you? It takes 5 of you to kill me. Come on. It's the same whining and bickering, and I don't know, that part of the game I actually have put behind me because I turned off world chat, and it's much, much nicer now without world chat going on. And again, so yes, people are going to complain. People are also going to say, I heard a lot of people saying, well, Paragon made all their lower combat power people log off, which isn't true. Although I will tell you that a lot of Paragon lower combat players haven't been on as much, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're going to come on, and there's going to be people everywhere looking to gank them, so they've gone to alts. They're not on as much. There's no AFK happening, really, because they were worried about score. Now there will be more players on because we're not as worried about score at this point. I think we made our point. I think, you know, we were clearly ahead of 3 clans. We lost to the 4th clan clearly, and at some point in the future, I would love to go head-to-head with each of these 4 clans in individual wars and see what the outcome would be. You never know. You might be surprised. We might win all 4. We might lose all 4. More likely, there would be somewhat of a mix. Then you've got the new content coming out. That's going to be a lot of fun. These wars, they look like they're probably going to interfere a little bit with the new content as it comes out, because there's going to be a lot of player killing in the new areas. Now, there'll be a lot of channels, so there'll be a lot of channel switching and ways to try to avoid that. But at the same time, you're definitely going to see these 5 clans, or however many are at war when the content drops, playing differently than they would otherwise. Now, in an ideal world, the whole server would get along while players pushed towards 180. I really don't see that happening. It would be cool if it did. Again, I don't hold any personal grudges against anyone on the server. I'm curious. No, actually, I don't want to know. I don't want to know all the bickering and fighting that's happened in Discord chats. I've seen some of the transcripts, and it's just, no. My advice to you guys is don't engage the trolls in any chat. Don't do it in global, in world. Don't do it in Discord. There's no reason. It just ends up with people getting butthurt, people taking things the wrong way, people taking things personally, and then it takes away from the experience of the game itself, which is nothing but a blast. And yes, okay, so combat power. Higher level players are going to have an advantage, but when you're working in concert with other players like this, even players that are much lower in combat power have an opportunity to participate in this and to have a lot of fun and get kills, and so that's really cool. The strongest of players, I don't care if you're Skeleton Jack, if you're Regan, you're still going to get annihilated from time to time. People are going to jump you, and might take multiple players to take one of those guys out, but I have seen it happen time and time again. And when they're AFK, they're much easier targets. Skeleton Jack dies on a regular basis if he's AFK, although sometimes he does kill somebody else first. But yes, so it is a challenge. It is a lot of fun no matter what combat power you are. If you're involved in PvP, I am enjoying it. And yes, we do have fewer players online. That is true. That does make it harder for the other clan to rack up kills because there's fewer targets. But then they chose it. They chose 4-on-1. It very easily could have been 1-on-1. And I suspect that if it were 1-on-1, you would see login numbers that were much more consistent between clans. You would see much closer to the same number of players being involved, being online at the same time. But yes, a lot of these players don't want to be on, or they're on an alt when they know they're going to get crushed. And so that's just the way it is. We have not asked anybody to not be on. I've been on as much as possible when I'm not casting, streaming something else. And again, having a blast. I hope you guys check this out. I am playing it on Bluestacks. You can see the border right there. For me, it's the only way to go. Now, I do play it, of course, on my phone, and it is fun, but I don't know, maybe it's because I grew up playing World of Warcraft. Okay, not grew up, but you know what I mean. I played a lot of World of Warcraft. Maybe it's that feeling that I'm trying to get back. I don't know, but I really like it on Bluestacks. Again, I don't get paid if you guys download the game. I'm just talking about the war because I know a lot of people, it's been a very contentious subject, and unfortunately a lot of people have taken things personally. The other thing is I've given the feedback to Netmarble. What are you doing making wars with no rewards? There needs to be a penalty or a reward for winning a war. The way it stands right now, there's no real point to it other than bragging rights. And even then, give the players a title, give them a special color, give them you know, armor tint or something that tells others that they are in a clan that is a proficient clan at war. I think that would be ideal. Everybody's armor had a different tint, had a different flag, had a badge, had a star. I don't know, but Netmarble needs to come up with something to reward players in clans that are really good at war. And then I don't understand the war system right now, how it works, that it can be an infinite war. It can go on forever. I would love for somebody to tell me why that works better than to have an ending. Either when a clan surrenders, which obviously is an option right now, but why not also force an end to the war when a clan gets so far behind that it's just impossible to come back, or after a certain period of time? I feel like that'd be cool, because then you'd really be panicking maybe towards the end. I don't know. I mean, maybe with a time limit, it would discourage players from being online, and that's why they don't do it. I hope to find out these pieces of information from Netmarble just as much as I hope to explore the level 180 content in the immediate future. In the meantime, thank you guys as always. I kind of rambled on there for a little bit, but I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please leave your comments down below, one and all. I am just curious what you guys think, and if you're involved in this, if you're watching from the sidelines, if you don't know why you're here, thank you for watching anyway. And of course, before you leave, subscribe. Now you know all that garbage. Just do whatever you want to do. Thank you guys. Have a great day, and I will see you again tomorrow for more mass PvP, or maybe not. Maybe I'll backstab you when you're AFK. Attacks.